Hi, I'm Dave Raffo. I'm the Senior Content Manager for the Channel Partners events. And we're at CPTV. I'm here with Scott Barlow. He is the Vice President of Global MSP and Cloud Alliances for Sophos, the cybersecurity vendor. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Great that you're here. Cyber is, certainly one of the hot topics. I would say the top two. I don't want to mention the other one, but everybody knows the hot topics today in the tech world. So what are the big trends that people need to know about cybersecurity?
Yeah, so we see three major trends right now. The first is cyber criminals actually attacking machines that are either end of life or not protected. The second is AI. Obviously, that's maybe the first trend.
The one I didn't want
to
say, but you said it.
Yeah, and I think obviously AI has to do with everything, and cyber criminals leveraging AI to enhance their phishing attacks and the simulations and so forth. And the third is MSPs being attacked, right? Because they hold the keys to the castle. And once the MSP is breached, then the cyber criminal would have access to all of that MSP's customer base. I'm gonna add a bonus one though, because there was a recent cybersecurity trends with Canalys that just came out. And it said that MDR frustrations will grow as expectations are not met. And I completely agree with that, and I'm going to get into that in a second.
Yeah, so one is interesting that people are going after the MSPs and not their customers, because MSPs are out there selling their customers. Now they're getting hit. But so these trends you talk about, let's bring it directly. What does it mean for the MSPs and cloud?
Yeah,
guys?
so the MSP. So when I talk about the frustration is going to grow around MDR, and when Canalys did that trend, it really resonated to me because a lot of MDR vendors, the R is sometimes silent. And what I mean by that is when you get into response, you want as an MSP or even as a customer, that response to be hands-on keyboard as opposed to eyes on glass. And what I mean by that is you want the MSP and you want the vendor to actually go and help you do the remediation or do the remediation on your behalf. You don't want the vendor to say, hey, MSP, here's a script, go fix the problem on your own. And so I think that's one of the ways that Sophos really helps MSPs sleep better at night. And I think that's the biggest compliment that any MSP could actually provide us is you help me sleep better at night. They can also, take a lot of advice from the vendors, right? No MSP should be having a Windows 7 machine running out there. I know that there's reasons why they do that, but if you have an unprotected machine or an end-of-life technology or software or an unpatched machine, that is how the hackers get in. And once they're in, we see a trend of remote ransomware where the cyber criminal will be able to get access to one machine that's on a domain, and there's a lot of lateral propagation because now they'll have domain access. And MSPs really need to protect and to upgrade and to patch, but also to advise their customers that end-of-life software is not safe to run in a production environment. The other aspect to that is MSPs should, a lot of vendors say, eat your own dog food. I hate that connotation, but a lot of these MSPs should use the technology that they're deploying into their customer base internal to their own network, so that they can become familiar with it, they understand how to do the deployment configuration, and then they deploy it to their customers. So now you have a more holistic customer base that is secure, including yourself as the MSP.
Yeah, I guess you got to secure yourself before you can secure your customers.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, we talk about the MSPs, but you have some other partnerships going on. You recently announced something with Pax8. What can you tell us about that? What are you doing with those guys?
Yeah, a lot of MSPs, when they sign up, they ask for Pax8 as a distributor. And we listened to the feedback from our MSPs, and we went out and we established a relationship with Pax8. We're now the most comprehensive cybersecurity platform that Pax8 offers across their entire portfolio of MSPs, about 40,000 MSPs. I'm super excited to work with them. What we're doing is we're also allowing MSPs to add additional products and services to their menu. So if a customer of an MSP has assets in the public cloud, say AWS, Azure, even Google Cloud, you can actually leverage a lot of the Sophos technology to go out and look at a topology of what's in the environment. You can secure it with our server protection and our firewall protection, and you can manage it all through a single dashboard. That's very important from an MSP standpoint, because we did a study, and the study said that if you consolidate 6 vendors into one centralized platform from a security standpoint, you can save 48% margin, 48% of that cost that is associated with managing 6 different platforms. Now MSPs can take that, they can put that to their bottom line, they can go hire a salesperson, or they can leverage that internally to improve their operational efficiency. So I really love that statistic, but I'm really excited to work with Pax8 on a global scale. I think they're world class, and it's going to help a lot of our MSPs centralize the billing, but also centralize the deployment and configuration as well.
That's great. So an even deeper relationship. You just closed. It's closed now, right? Secureworks.
Yes.
So what does that mean? What should we expect out of that going forward?
So Sophos is going to remain a partner first, partner best vendor. We're obviously going to do what's right for the Secureworks customers. I mean, those customers chose Secureworks for a reason, and we're going to show them that we're going to maintain those strong relationships and technology. I think from a Sophos standpoint, I'm very excited because we're going to add identity threat detection and response, ITDR. We're also going to be able to add SIM protection, and we're going to add a lot of risk assessment and a lot of services that we can offer to our MSPs in the future. So a lot of really, really good stuff coming out of that Secureworks acquisition, and I think for any MSPs that listening out there or any partner, stay tuned. I think over the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see a lot of additional enhancement, not only to the partner programs, but also to the technology that we offer and that MSPs can take and offer to their customers.
So it's been a busy few months for Sophos, and it sounds like that's going to continue going forward.
There's no end in sight.
We're going to
keep responding to our partner needs and feedback, and just be the best vendor we can be for our partners and our customers.
All right. All you got going on, I'm glad you could take the time to join us today.
Really appreciate it.
Enjoy the
Thank
show.
you.
All right.
Thank you.